more about over daily update TV. So then I'll hear you made in and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share. Lawyer Dafiamapo and a blessed and a native come about Chief Justice. No, former Attorney General Godfrey on a lawyer to a Yamami Torkono and a Asifu and someone called seizing to hold the consultation process, because consultation process now say no okay they should withdraw the process, because baby accept now could do is it has been too late though Ebema a Torkono fair hearing until later Panoka said did he agree say you should go and say yes the woman and the Chief Justice should go, because what say Supreme Justice and as a Chief Justice Mami Torkono as a way in haste, because Yebema of fair hearing and as Yebema the privilege to know the reasons and the petition, what is written in the petition. But more time assembly court, they say ya ajani assembly say that you think they should be drawn. No, guys, yeah, this case should be withdrawn. Or more withdraw assembly, because there be a consultation process they have already begun and it cannot stop. And if you are seeking to know the whole reason why they are removing you, when it got to a point in consultation process now, they will give you a fair hearing to know the reasons you are people are that petition the womb and I said the yatron woman per se ye the you free office. Era the illustrations are auto pay on this issue.
Initiating the removal processes was the best way to go. I'll start off with you, Majority Whip, because you also are a lawyer, so you understand the process that are going on now. But are you taking notice of all of these things? Because it's a colleague MP who still went to court challenging the president's approach. So it's a healthy exercise for us, isn't it? Or you feel it's just an exercise in futility?
No, it's always a healthy exercise when you go to court for one reason or the other. And that's what I've been noted for. So I like it when we don't take to arms. We don't take cudgels, we don't take bows and arrows, we don't take machetes to settle our differences.
And now add, you don't have to add national security.
we have recourse to the law court. And these matters are Article 146 matters.
Right.
So it's a beaten path. It's a matter that has previously engaged the court, and the court made some clear directions or judicial pronouncement on the matter. So I'm struggling to appreciate why they are invoking a similar provision
in court
for maybe a different interpretation.
Do you feel it should be withdrawn? Looking at the fact that we've gone at length, the process has gone beyond this.
You see, let me refresh your mind. Opoku Ajumai, Senior Maxwell Opoku Ajumai, he taught me the law of evidence. Very brilliant man. When he was lawyer for some petitioners who petitioned against Charlotte Osai, in the matter that eventually led to a dismissal from the Electoral Commission, similar issues were raised, similar concerns. Charlotte Osai was of the view that before a prima facie determination, she should be permitted to have even access to the petition.
Right.
Maxwell Opoku Ajumai said something profound and said, because the provision at that stage, the Article 46 provision regarding the procedure implies that there should be
a hearing,
confidentiality of the identity of the people involved. So the petition itself, the content should be
kept away
right, from public view. The identity of the authors of the petition should be kept away. Similar position is not urged on us today. That yes, CJ, as a matter of the rights and the natural justice, deserves to be heard. But they've forgotten that the stage at which the CJ will be heard is a bit upstream.
That's after the committee is set up.
After after the determination of the prima facie.
And then the setup of the
setting up the commission. That is where the CJ will be heard. Now, when the CJ is heard at this stage, will she be heard again by the committee? Or she will repeat herself at the committee level? So they are my colleagues in the law. And the former Attorney General is senior to me in the law. And he's been an Attorney General of this republic. He's been a Deputy Attorney General for 4 years.
Right.
He's been an attorney general for 4 years. So for 8 years, he had some majoritarian control at the office of the attorney general.
Because we are running out of time, what do you say to this? That in all of this, it depends on the president, because the process could go on, it's in camera, eventually it's the president's call. Will the president ask the Chief Justice? Is that the feeling you also have?
You see, the president has no leeway under the Constitution. It's mandatory. It has to be gone through. So he can't say that he will ignore it. That is why, and let the record also reflect that this is not the first time that a petition has been brought for the removal of the CJ. In Allegation versus Attorney General, if you remember, lawyer Bright Akwiti attempted it. That is why it led to the Allegation case, where Dateba made some profound observations in that decision. Then Justice Pega also came against CJ Wood, which also didn't go. But Professor Azar, late last year, came against this very CJ. The president made a determination. The question I want to ask today is that when the President Nana Akufo-Addo, 6th January 2025, this year, made a determination and decided that the petition was unmerited, did she give the CJ the opportunity?
Interesting question. 30 seconds. Do you want to share your view as to whether or not the CJ should go?
I think the CJ should go.
You think she should go?
Yeah, I think the CJ.
Haruna, you share that view as well?
For me, I'm not a lawyer, but I believe in the constitutional processes. The
intimidation.
Well, intimidation. It's not intimidation. Causing your arrest for you to come and substantiate allegations, because you see, it's also an offense to deceive public officers. They shouldn't forget that. You can be, it may be an island, but it is part of Spain. It's not a separate republic. So their suggestion is that either now they say that the cocaine rather left Ghana to Spain, and I thought they said that the cocaine rather left Spain and came to Ghana. That was initially, that was the allegation. But me, where I sit, when there's a crime, by all means, let us look into it. Whether major or minor, it should be thoroughly investigated. But they keep saying there's a suspicion. When you give them evidence, they say, no, there's suspicion. Multitude of suspicions do not constitute proof. But the NPP doesn't know this. They will hap on the suspicion and hap on it and hap on it and hap on it. But it's a journey to nowhere. So this matter will be looked into. By way of ICAO standard, that's the International Civil Aviation Organization, anything that happens at the airport is recorded. Anything. And he sits here and says that where an aircraft is in distress and rings in and makes an emergency landing and maintenance is being done, video coverage is not taken. I don't know.
He says it raises questions. Particularly because of the timing.
Now, your vehicle, when you are maintaining your vehicle, when there's a repair, you can take video coverage. When you are maintaining your vehicle.
And why do you normally do that?
Because either to so that you know how it is done, or you can actually monitor how it is done.
I see. Or probably you want to learn more about your car.
No.
Yeah, right.
Especially if you are the owner, you are not available. You want your driver. You want to see what's happening.
So suspicion then again.
What suspicion?
Is the ground?
No, he says that it is not.
But that's the same reason why the NPP is acting now. Acting on suspicion.
No, you are also feeding on suspicion. Earlier they said nothing happened. Then the state produce when the state does that, they say it shouldn't be the state. I don't know. Narcotic Control Commission, it's not a private entity. Ghana Civil Aviation, it's not a private entity. When the government speaks, they say government don't speak, so the state institutions should speak. The state now says, come and help with investigations. You say you won't go. So they simply have decided that they won't listen, they will go on their
Wouldn't you rather use a more friendly approach in engaging? I mean, because this is a colleague MP.
Friendly times, what they are doing.
The reason why I'm asking this is because when it goes out, our integrity, the nation's brand is being affected now. Why not call this MP, but perhaps through the speaker, the office of the speaker, sit down, jaw with him, and try and extract more information. You seem as a house not to be towing that approach, right? Yes, that's why I'm asking you. Yes.
3 days ago, I facilitated the state, one of the state intelligence agencies, to speak to 2 MPs. To speak to 2
Oh,
MPs.
the A+ thing, I believe.
Yes.
Right.
To speak to 2 MPs. And they engage the MPs. That is when you conduct yourself, when you bring yourself under certain ethical standards, the ethics. But if you decide to be a politician and you want to do what you think you want to do without having recourse to even parliamentary protocols, that's up to you. So the state will also handle you on those terms.
So you're turning a blind eye to the case of intim forgery. Right.
I'm not. I am saying, me.
But you could speak to him as a brother, because this is an MP.
Intim and I will speak.
Right.
Ownership. That intim. You are the ranking member. You can do better. You can do better. You can file certain requests for certain documents to be provided for you. Based on those documents, you can now articulate the issues. You haven't done that. I've been asking him what is the flight manifest till today. He's not been able to provide it. I've been asking him what was the routing of these airlines. You haven't been able to provide it. I've asked him what are the names of the engineers that work on the. These are things you request for. They will be provided. Then when you are speaking to the issues, you can mention names, mention dates. Then you are believable. He has nothing.
So for now, he's not believable.
But do you believe him?
Well, I mean, he's asking questions.
Unless
he's asking questions.
Unless you also believe in rumors.
Well, we all want the evidence to come out, isn't it?
The questions.
Yeah.
You are the ranking member. Is he asking you to answer? File the questions at the appropriate quarter and wait for responses before you go to town. You don't even file the question. And you've gone to town. People are asking you questions now. You don't want to respond to questions. You are insisting that the issues you have raised are sacrosanct. But I've made the point that when maintenance is done, evidence of the maintenance is recorded. It can be formally on paper. It can also formally be on video recording. So my brother shouldn't ever say anywhere that where you are maintaining an aircraft and the engineering works are being done, video coverage cannot be taken. Then second, right. The suspicions that they keep, that they suspect. The courts have ruled on suspicion in this country. That a multitude, so many suspicions, if you put them together, they don't constitute any proof. In a very famous case we call State versus Autry. So they shouldn't go on the tangent of harping on suspicions. For once, they should do the needful. They should go do better.
And that needful, I believe, is having Intim Forger turn himself into the national security for you.
He need not to.
He should be arrested.
Because the president, the #1 gentleman on the land, even the fact that the president even responded to him is in itself very, very important. It means the president takes the allegations seriously. So come and collaborate. What do? Collaboration simply means come and put a statement on paper.
And tell us officially what.
And tell us officially what you know.
Haruna, when are you doing that?
And launch the security agencies into an investigation.
Haruna, when are you doing that?
You won't give anything.
Right.
And then you think that it should be a matter. So he's been calling, if they like, come and arrest me, I'm ready to die. Nobody will make a matter out of him.
Haruna, when will you support your MP to simply, and those are footages we've seen earlier today, that I believe that's
and before Haruna comes, he said something very profound.
Yeah, okay, before Haruna comes.
We were blacklisted under the NPP. In fact, in July 14, 2021, we were delisted by the EU. The government issued a statement and said they were happy that we have been blacklisted. Later on, we got blacklisted again.
Right. And that's the story I was quoting.
Say that we were never blacklisted.
Yeah, I mean,
Pleasant.
it's a fact.
How were we delisted? How were we delisted? Because we were listed at a point in time.
But
and somebody has to work to delist you.
If we're not sticking to the international standards, then it will affect us. It happened.
No, it was under you.
Yeah, but Haruna
had to delist it in 2021.
But Haruna is still affected him. So Haruna, my question now is, when will Intim Forger just walk into the offices of the national security and say, okay, well, I don't want to be arrested. Let me save myself the whole drama and provide all the evidence?
Blessed, are you expecting Intim Forger to bring samples of cocaine, that this is the samples of cocaine I found on the flight? No, I'm asking.
That's not a fair question, is it?
No, are you expecting that?
He says he has evidence, he has intelligence.
So, and I'm asking, are you expecting him to bring samples of cocaine from the flight?
Yeah, but Haruna, you know he's not a drug dealer, excuse my language, but...
Thank you.
Yeah,
so that is why...
he has evidence.
That is why when you are providing evidence, when you are providing information, you must provide enough grounds of suspicion.
Yeah, so my question is, if you have whatever the intelligence, whether accurate or not, or whether it lacks pictorial evidence, what is giving that hindrance to Ntimfo to simply walk to the national security or perhaps turn himself in and say, I'm here to officially give my statement?
Look, Ntimfo is ready to cooperate with the security agencies. If they do what is right.
You're obstructing justice as a political party? Is that
yesterday, do you know how his arrest happened? Yesterday, the deputy NACOP, you people interviewed him. He sat on your platform during his discussion on the same platform, dared him and said they will go and arrest him. And today, lo and behold, in his house, they besieged the house, over 20 armed men.
Is there anything wrong with an arrest? So, is there anything unlawful about an arrest?
The point is that...
Is there anything...
This is a lawful... citizen.
Was arrested with over 30
This is a lawful
citizen. Is there anything unlawful about an arrest?
A man of God.
A man of God shouldn't be arrested.
A member of parliament.
He shouldn't be arrested.
A good citizen.
He shouldn't be arrested.
Will provide the information, and he has provided enough grounds.
Yeah, so when will he walk to the national security and say, this is the evidence I have after all the press conferences?
Listen. Ground of suspicion. Yes, enough ground of evidence.
No, but in providing information, let's talk about. Let's get this right. Let's get this right.
Yeah.
When you have information, whether you are a member of parliament, or you are a whistleblower, or you are any other person, yours is to make sure that you provide enough grounds, okay, that the information is credible.
Haruna, when will you allow Reverend Ntimfo to
it's not about allowing. It's not about allowing.
Yeah, but you're telling the man not to go to the national security.
Nobody has said he should not.
What did you tell him today?
We want the right thing to be done. He's ready to provide information when the right things are done. He's been intimidated. The MPP is being intimidated. The minority is being intimidated to stop talking. We will put our eyes, our nose around anything that happens that endangers the peace and security of this country, that will lead to the blacklisting of this country, that will lead to the bad image of this country. We will expose it. And that is what we are doing. And I'm telling you...
So we should count on the NPP to turn in, your MP?
Definitely. This evidence that is there. But the point is, you see, he has provided the route of the flight. He says that he has not. He has provided. Go to fly away. It is open to everybody.
We're not talking about
you know that member mentioned it. But we have gotten it. All the route, all the timing, everything is there.
But we're not talking about the flight. We're talking about the substance here.
How many weeks?
No, but the point how many weeks that the NACOP and what have you is now talking?
Right. Okay.
Because we started it, they were quiet. Government communication was misleading us and saying things. And all those things that they were saying was contrived.
All right. So
we needed to raise more, and then it becomes more suspicious.
Will go to the national security eventually, by force or by whichever means. Okay.
The minority and the party.
Let's talk about the Chief Justice.
The minority.
A brief one.
The minority.
Just a brief one.
To have a final
right.
word.
Yeah. Just them.
The former was a city member of parliament was arrested.
Haruna arrested. You have to put down.
Sticker was arrested under us the same traffic offense, not providing information.
Hold on.
Right.
Honorable Sosu was arrested. He was a city member of parliament.
Right.
Ama Kofi Bua, he was arrested and restrained. He was a member of parliament. John Jinapo, he was arrested. His house was cordoned off with over 30 armed men. He was a member of parliament.
But your party people never came to support you.
We did.
Oh, okay.
Honorable George Kwamina Donko was arrested in his house. Over 30 policemen and soldiers cordoned off his area. The city attorney general, he was arrested. 30 armed men went to his house. We were all members of parliament. They didn't raise breach of immunity in our favor. Suddenly, when the shoe is on the other leg, So you see,
Honorable.
no.
The then honorable Nana Adedankwa Akufo-Addo.
You're saying tables have turned, basically.
The then honorable Nana Adedankwa Akufo-Addo, who wasn't a president by that time, was.
Okay, so yeah,
same security arrangement.
So
But these are separate matters. Let's separate it.
You're supporting the point.
Let's separate it. Let's separate the matter. It is not in the process.
I have the final.
Okay, let me take, because it is my case. It is my case. I started, so let him. I will garnish.
The Attorney General, the current one, did not enter appearance. There was no hearing at all about whether or not it was right, the approach being used by the president in
and then I'll show you my subscribe. I'm YouTube channel, like and share daily updates in the week. Give it the best. God bless you.